My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are doing a ghosted or no communication reading. And even though we're doing this reading so close to Halloween, which is why I'm doing a ghosted one, um, anytime you're drawn to a reading through the orchestration of the divine, there is a message here for you. It may not be all the message may not be for you, but put on your discernment cap and really log in. And there's always something that you're meant to receive from this message. Okay? Remember as well that the people in our life or the people that are connected to us are always mirroring back to us ourselves and the things that we need to heal and work on, or the things that we need to appreciate about ourselves, right? Our closest mirrors, of course, will be our twin higher level soulmate, but everyone and everything around us is mirroring us. Our apartment, our handbag, right? The clothes that we choose to wear, everything is mirroring us, okay? And we are also mirroring the world. So whatever is wrong with whatever you think is wrong with the world right now is really what's wrong with humanity as a collective, and it's really what's wrong within us. It's the parts of us that are unhealed that we are seeing on display, right? So when we look at the world and we find, oh my God, what the hell is going on? We also have to say, okay, where do I see this energy within me, right? And you look at the man in the mirror. And whatever healing you do for yourself, know that you do it for all of humanity, because it radiates out into the wide atmosphere. Okay? All right. So we have here recovery. All right. So this is someone, it could be spiritual recovery, it could be physical recovery, emotional recovery. But it feels like they have done some work here to unlock some door, and certainly could have been some grief energy that could have unlocked that door. It could be that someone that they're connected to has passed, or might even be a fur baby or something like that. But there's this energy of grief. It could also be the energy of them feeling like they've lost you. Okay, that could be causing that as well. But this is someone who is taking a break from it all, and this is something that they're being guided to do by their spirit guides. Right, look, the spirit guide here, and then letting them know the key right now is rest. And maybe rest really means meditation or being still, right? I'll pull some cards if this does come out. But this is the overall energy, your person, maybe even you, in recovery right now. All right, let's get a significator for the energy. Generally, that's going to act as our control. All right, the energy generally. All right, so this is why their guys are telling them to rest their ass, right? Your person is a workaholic, okay? And maybe it's not just in that kind of 9 to 5 career, maybe even as a creative, right? They pour their whole essence and energy into this thing, into their art, which is not bad. But if you're only pouring out and you're not taking time to rest, receive, recover, then you're going to deplete yourself, right? And that's why the guys are telling them to rest your bum, right? So they're working hard on something, on creating something. It could be new beginnings for themselves. It could be trying to find a creative solution. But Spirit saying you're not going to get what you want to get, or you're not going to manifest what you want to manifest if you don't rest. If you don't rest, right? So we're dealing with a workaholic, someone who's been at it, right? And this can talk about overthinking as well, because if you notice here, the blobs here are dark blue, which is, it is mental energy. It is the mind. The energy towards you. We're tapping into the wisdom of the shadow. Again, because it's so close to Halloween. The wisdom of the shadow. Their energy towards you. Underneath the deck, sensuality, and right just under it is connection. It's very much in deep shades of orange here. So they feel this strong, very strong, primarily it looks like very sexual, well, at least prima facie on the surface, very sexual or sensual. And I always see sensuality as a combination of sexuality, but also the emotional, right? So they feel very connected to you. And maybe they like to express that sexually because maybe they feel safer expressing that sexually to you. They don't feel as exposed or as vulnerable. But this is how this person connects with you emotionally. It is through that sensual, sexual energy, right? They feel safe in demonstrating their love, their care in that way, right? They don't have to put themselves out there, right? And it looks like, they have a lot to give. And then we tap in again to this grief energy. If you look at this eye, just underneath here, it is weeping. So there's some sort of sadness that's connected to you guys and your connection at this time. And maybe, because it goes to no communications, maybe it's because you guys aren't as close as you would like to be or as close as you guys were before. So they're missing you just as much as, if not more, than you are missing them. And they still feel connected to you. So their energy towards you. We have reflection. Okay, so we just spoke about the mirroring when we started this reading. And then we come here with this reflection card. So I do think they definitely could be reflecting on the past, reflecting on your relationship. And it feels like it's stirring up a lot in their heart space. And because there's a lot of yellow dots here and a lot of orange dots, yes, there's a lot of sexual feelings that are coming through. But yellow is also solar plexus chakra, and that's our trigger center. So it could be they're feeling incredibly triggered as well. They certainly could view you as a mirror of themselves, and they're realizing that you guys might be more similar than they actually thought, right? Maybe they thought that you guys were at the opposite ends of some sort of spectrum, but when they really look at everything, they realize that you guys are mirror images of each other, and maybe that's why you triggered each other so much. Now, if you guys are mirror images of each other and this person ghosted you, you have to look within yourself and see where you may have ghosted yourself, where you may have abandoned your ideals or abandoned your boundaries or abandon your principles, maybe just to be with this person. Okay, you threw everything out the window, just to have this person in your lives. So you have to also see how you abandon yourself. Or maybe you've just not been taking care of yourself. And that's sort of abandonment too, right? You've not been taking care of yourself. You've been pumping all your time, effort, and energy into other people, and maybe even into your career and work, but into your self-care, nurturing yourself, protecting yourself, right? Being emperor and empress to yourself. Maybe you have not been doing that. Okay? All right, so let's pull some cards on these just to clarify, and then we will continue with the reading. This is the Dark Mansion Tarot, but it is a gorgeous deck. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And I like it because even though there are these so-called shadow figures, there's something that's very innocent about this deck as well. You're gonna see. I'll hold up the images too. So it's like the perfect mix of light and shadow. All right, energy underneath the deck is the Hierophant, and certainly the Hierophant can speak about all programming, but the Hierophant can also talk about all soul contracts and all spiritual lessons. So this is the energy of the reading here. It can also talk about dogma or religious beliefs, or things that we're kind of hardcore about, or indoctrination. All right, let's see this workaholic card, right? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they have a vision for something, and they have been working hard at it, whether it is a business, a creative idea, maybe even a house. Could be house plans. They want to manifest a house, whatever it is, or there's some invention, a design. They've been working hard at it because they do feel inspired, but Spirit is telling them, listen, you also have to make time for rest. Okay, to allow yourself to move with that flow and that manifestation vortex, you have to take time out to rest. Okay, And whatever they're working at, they think that this is going to create a firm foundation for themselves, and certainly a firm foundation for your connection. That's why they're so fanatical about it. But the message that's coming through is also take time to rest and enjoy their life. Let's see this reflection energy. We have the Two of Swords. So whatever they're seeing when they reflect upon your relationship or when they think about you has them feeling very conflicted. And they might feel conflicted because their intuition, we see the moon in the background here, right? Their intuition is telling them one thing, but the mind, because this person's thinking, it looks like the posture of the thinking man, right? But their mind is telling them a whole different thing. And maybe that's why Spirit wants them to rest. Because when we rest or we take time to meditate or be still, then we can allow our intuition or heartfelt energies to come through, right? Instead of being clouded by the mind, because the mind operates on fear, right? And it's intended to protect you, certainly, right? But it primarily operates from a place of fear. Okay, so let's ask Spirit, why did they ghost you? Why did they ghost you? We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, right? It feels like they thought by ghosting you, they would create some sense of peace in their life, peace of mind. Maybe the conflict just became too much, right? They were feeling this push and pull energy, didn't know what the hell to do, right? They just feel it so the situation just felt so complicated and cumbersome, and they couldn't find a solution. So they thought, you know what? Gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. Yeah. Their mind was going a mile a minute. Gotta get out of here. Right? We have 10 of Swords. Okay. So it feels like they got a big hard trigger here. Maybe there's part of them that either reflected upon the ways that they may have hurt you in the past, or they could have even thought that you may have betrayed them. Maybe these thoughts that they were getting was thoughts of betrayal, right? Maybe this person's paranoid. And the only way they felt that they could stop those voices and those intrusive thoughts was to disconnect from you, because this person was driving their own selves insane. It just became too much. Okay? We have the Six of Cups. So even though I think this person was besieged with thoughts of either you betraying them right now or you will betray them in the future, or they may have been thinking about how they betrayed you in the past, they were just, it was, the word that's coming through is neurotic, right? They were driving themselves insane. So part of them driving themselves insane with thoughts of betrayal, and then the other part of them wanting to be with you, recognizing you as their soulmate, their twin flame. This is the Six of Cups, right? A love connection, right? So it is the energy of conflict, and they didn't know what to do, right? Part of them want to invest in this connection. Page of Pentacles, they want to reach out. They saw you as a friend, and then the other part of them and say, no, this person's gonna hurt you. No, but they love me. I want to reach out. No, stay far away. You know what happened last time. And then maybe memories of past relationships and similar situations, and they were just driving themselves nuts. So they're like, you know what? I gotta go. I got to go. I gotta go. I can't deal with this. So this was a person like literally tearing themselves apart, right? And it's a common theme that we've been seeing, the love and the fear always embattled. So at the end of the day, they thought the easiest thing to do, well, for themselves, it looks like, right? The easiest thing to do was to just ghost you. Because even trying to offer an explanation, it feels like they couldn't even do that. So maybe they have communication issues, but maybe they also thought that you would think that they were nuts. Because maybe some of these fears aren't even based in the reality of your relationship. This could be issues from way in the past, going back to childhood, or maybe even a past life thing that they don't realize is being operated in the unconscious there, right? So they didn't even know how to explain how they were feeling. So they thought, easy way out, die. What were they feeling? What was in their heart? What was their heart space energy at the time that they ghosted you? Heart space energy. Heart space energy for you at the time they ghosted you. We have apathetic, right? We have numb. So they basically just put their heart on ice, and they just vanished, right? They thought it would be the easiest way. They thought it would be the only way that they would get some sort of peace of mind. So as I told you, this person was just driving themselves nuts. All right, let's see. What were they feeling at the time? Admiration, right? So no, that is not, they didn't ghost you because they didn't care or anything like that. This person admires you, and they may have, they may idolize you, put you on a pedestal, right? I think that's one of the messages that came out in the clearing that I did for you guys. When was it? Last week, I think. Yeah, the spirit response clearing with the pendulum and the charts. Right, that came out that this person idolizes you. I have to do another clearing for you guys this week, so that's probably going to be Friday. Spirit told me I have to do an ancestral clearing for you guys, so I'll do that on Friday, okay? So if you want an ancestral clearing, tune in Friday, I'll be doing that. And we have shy. Yeah, they didn't know how to face you to explain, because to explain means that they would have to be vulnerable. They would have to put everything out there, and they didn't want you to see just how kooky they could get when their mind gets going, because maybe some of the things wouldn't make sense to you. They would have to dive deep into their wounds, and maybe they weren't ready to do that. Okay, we have free. Yeah, they just wanted to be free of the thoughts, and they just felt like, this was the easiest way. Well, for them, it was the easiest way for them. Right? They were truly trapped in their mind. They just created a mental prison for themselves with all the thinking they were doing. And then we had suspicious, right? So I feel like this person, it could be that they were betrayed in the past, or maybe there might be even something that's happening now. I'm going to ask that question. There might be something that's happening now unrelated to you, that they may have projected onto you and your relationship. So they may have thought that you might have had somebody else. And as I told you, it's just paranoia. It's just paranoia, and it may not be grounded in the reality of your situation. There might be something else that might have been going on, and they just projected that onto your relationship. All right, let's ask Spirit. What was happening in their life at that time that may have influenced their decision to ghost you? Because I want you to understand, because sometimes when we understand, we are able to move on and not be so bothered by what happened. Right? And know that a person ghosting you never has anything to do with you. It's all about them and whatever mindset or emotional space they're in. It has nothing to do with you. Okay? We have the Stranger, and it's a card number 3. So certainly there might be something else. There might be something that's going on with somebody else that they projected onto this, right? So they might have been dealing with another situation completely. And we have here, and whoever that person is, it is the Liar. Now, this is a card number 11, and that is a card of karma, right? So there could be a karmic in their life, and doesn't have to be an intimate partner, okay? It could be a family member, a friend, whatever it was. They found out that this person lied to them, betrayed them, and then they just entered into that state of mind where they were seeing everybody as potentially betraying them at some point, or maybe even betraying them right now, right? So they just transfer their paranoia from one situation onto you. All right, what was happening in their life at that time that may have also influenced their reason to ghost you? All right, we have never, and we have here a blackbird. Answer card number 5, which is the Hierophant. Again, okay. I feel if your person is in some sort of contract, whether that is a intimate contract, soulmate contract, a contract at work, right? It looks like they found out something about that setup, right? It looks like, they receive some sort of message. We have this crow here, a raven, right? And it looks like they receive some kind of spiritual message, or maybe even a 3D message about the situation, and they like vow like never to trust anybody again. So if it's a work situation, maybe their workplace screwed them over with some sort of clause in their contract. If it is an intimate contract, it looks like that person betrayed them, and they like vowed never to trust anybody again, or that they won't be a victim again. And it looks like you were collateral damage in all of that. What else was happening in that time? We have the Voyage. Okay, somebody could have ghosted them, or somebody may have abandoned them, or it could be that they were on some sort of journey of discovery here. It's a journey towards empowerment, right? We have a card number 35, which reduced to 8. And maybe they thought that you were taking advantage of them, or you were trying to screw them over or something like that, right? So you became part of their empowerment journey. So it feels like they set a lot of harsh boundaries with other persons at that time, and you got kind of roped into the fray because they were kind of on a roll, right? They weren't thinking clearly. They were just thinking through the eyes of pain because of something that they found out somebody else did to them. So you were collateral damage. That's what I'm getting here. I'll pull some cards on that to further clarify, but that's what I'm getting with this, right? Yeah, we have the liar, right? Somebody lied to them. Somebody deceived them. And as I told you, they were just so triggered by everything that was happening. Like everybody got it, right? That shit splashed on everybody. Okay? So you had nothing to do, it looks like, with this person. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. It looks like they were hurt and in pain, and they lashed out at everybody, right? And you're just one of those persons. So for their own peace of mind, for their own sanity, it looks like they ghosted you. We have the wheel. Yes, there was just really swift change in their life. And there's another card number 8, a card number 26, right? So this was their way of taking back their power in the situation, right? They were just lashing out, right? They were just lashing out, setting harsh boundaries with everybody, and you got caught up in the fray. Let's pull some cards on these. Spirit, tell us about this never card. Okay, we have 10 of Cups in reverse. I feel it just went into a really dark place, right? Sunk so low. They thought, you know what? Happiness is never going to happen for me. Okay, it's going to happen for other people, but I'm just going to accept that it's never going to happen for me. And people are always going to betray me. So I'm never going to open my heart or commit to anybody else. Let's see this Voyage. Whoa. Where did you go? Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Right, that's you. That's you. In my readings, all upright court cards are divine energies, and all reverse court cards are karmic energies. That's you. It feels like, they want to make their way towards you. But whatever happened with another situation caused them to question your integrity, question your faithfulness, question your truth. Okay, they may have also saw you as a liar as well, because of this other thing that was going on. And they just felt like they couldn't trust anybody. Let's see this liar card. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and this is a card of karma, right? So it's some karmic energy in their life they found out was really screwing them over, and maybe they thought that this was somebody who they might have been happy with. They thought that they were happy, that they had a good relationship, but it looks like the truth came out. And when the truth came out, it looks like your person got stabbed in the back. Something changed really quickly in this person's life, and they didn't even have time to think. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It could be some sort of financial loss, or a loss of some sort of investment, whether it's an emotional investment or financial investment. There was this quick loss, and your person, it feels like, in their grief energy, in their being triggered energy, in their feeling betrayed energy, you were collateral damage. So that's the word of the day. The word of the day is collateral damage. So now that things, it seems like, may have blown over, well, we don't know. How are they seeing you right now in this moment? How are they seeing you now? How are they viewing you? We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, so they are still the pessimists right now. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. They are not in a good place at all. We have the Chariot. And we also have Temperance. Okay. So they see you as a kind of sanctuary, right? And a kind of relief from, it looks like, the chaos that is happening in their life right now. So they do feel the strong motivation to come towards you, at least to make contact with you, because there's a lot of shit that's happening in their life. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have 10 of Wands in reverse. That talks about burdens, obligations. And 10 of Pentacles in reverse can also talk about a breakup or a divorce or a big financial loss. Okay, so their life has been kind of turned upside down. At this time, we have dynamite here. Right? So something in their life blew up. Something in their life blew up. Okay? And they do feel this need to move towards you, or to make contact, because you've always been their rock. You've been their rock. I think you're a very grounding force for this person. You're like a grounding wire. So in the extended, we're going to look at their heart space energy for you at this time. We're going to look at their intentions towards you. How are they seeing you guys interacting with each other? Or where are you guys going to be at a year from now? We're going to get some messages from their 3D self, messages from their 5D self. And then look at what's going to be their next possible actions towards you. This is so weird. Within a month of you watching this reading, and we began with sensuality, and look, we're here with sensuality once again, right? So this person, know that even though you guys may not be in contact, or you may not feel as close as you did before, it's not the truth, right? It's not the truth at all. This person feels very connected to you. They feel very much in love with you, right? There's the sex, and there's also the emotion wrapped in it. So they feel a very strong connect with you, but it feels like their headspace and whatever else is happening in their life has them a little bit depressed. Okay. All right, let's get some advice. What's the advice for you this time? We have defensiveness. Okay, as a card number 65, which reduces to 11. I know 11 is a justice card, so it is about our spiritual lessons, but it's also about balance too, right? And karma. So it feels like in this lifetime, one of the things that you're always going to be battling with is maybe a default setting. Let's call it that. A default setting of, being guarded or defensive. And it's something that your person is struggling with also, right? So that's why I said, they're always reflecting you. So it's something that your person also struggles with. But they're saying, Spirit saying right now, this is something that you need to balance within your psyche. Let me read what it says here. All right, defensiveness. Because that comes from a place of fear, right? Boundaries is from love, but defensiveness is fear, okay? All right, it says here, we become defensive because we are afraid. So just as I say. And we attempt to protect ourselves against pain. Yet our defensiveness adds to the problem and typically causes other people to react towards us with a fight or flight behavior. Okay, so it feels like there's something within your energy field that made this person feel like fight or flight as well. Okay, so that's what they're saying here, right? As a result of our defensiveness, our stock goes down with those around us. So maybe your person felt like they hit a wall with you too. Okay? Our defensiveness brings about the very thing that it is meant to prevent. It is unattractive, unsuccessful, and has a way of locking us into bad feelings that come up as a result of it. The attempt to protect ourselves from pain doesn't work, but we can take the attitude to use pain as a learning tool. It can show us what is not working, and it can become a motivation to both communicate and heal. As we let go of defensiveness, we can begin to communicate and bridge the gap with those around us. You are being asked to give up the self-defeating behavior of your defensiveness. Because just as this person's defensiveness, right, sabotage your connection, Spirit saying you are also running the same risk right now, whether it's with this person or somebody else. Okay? In favor, as some, right. Give up your defensive behavior in favor of something that really would work, such as communication, right? Wish this person knew that. Concerning whatever you are tempted to defend. So being vulnerable, saying, right now, or even this situation makes me feel so vulnerable because I'm being asked to dig deep, la 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 la. But communication like that. But for some people, even saying that is a bit too much because of whatever trauma they've been through, you know? While availability and openness are attractive, your defensiveness makes you feel anything but your best. You are asked to find the courage and willingness to move past your wall of fear and select a way to move forward in responsiveness rather than reactions of Spirit is saying, right? Instead of reacting out of our triggers, right? We have to try and be more responsive, meaning taking time to really reflect on what's happening and viewing things objectively and then taking a measured response instead of, just reacting from our wounds. Okay? And be more open, more available. Because what openness and availability does, it really does the effect of any kind of fear we might be experiencing at this time. You'd be surprised how freeing it is or how freeing it feels just to say whatever is on your mind with love, right? When we're not talking about just doing a verbal diarrhea. No. Say whatever it is we want to say with love, right? Once we do it with love and we say it with all the love in our heart, people will always receive it the right way. Okay? I beloved, so that was your reading today. As I said, my next reading is going to be an ancestral clearing for you guys. Okay, so you'll log into that. All right, take care. Much love.